This is the Milo Beasley Show. This is the Milo Beasley Show. There's only one thing you need to know. This is the Milo Beasley Show. And now, here's your host, Milo Beasley.
And welcome to the Milo Beasley Show. We're hanging out here at Louisville SuperCon. This is my first time in Louisville. Hanging out with the cast of Monster Squad. We chatted about how I don't want to screw up anybody's name. So if you could introduce yourselves.
That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it. Like, for those who don't know you, please introduce yourselves.
I'm Ashley Bank.
I'm Ryan Lambert. I mean, I messed up my own name.
Wow.
Lambert.
See how it happens to everybody.
I
don't feel bad. And I'm Andre Gower.
Yeah, so we're hanging out here at SuperCon. So this is not your first, is this your first SuperCon or?
This is our first SuperCon with this group.
Everyone's first SuperCon?
No, there's been a few.
Yeah, SuperCon runs all over the country, actually.
Yeah.
This is the first one
This is
here.
our
First one in
yeah.
Louisville.
Yeah, first one, that's what I meant.
Yeah, first one in Louisville. This is my first time in Kentucky.
First time ever.
Oh.
First time ever in Kentucky.
Where
So
you
where
from?
are you normally?
I am from Florida. I like how you guys are interviewing me now. It's
Tell us about your mama.
Yeah, so born and raised in Florida. I'm the one.
You're the one.
I'm the one who was born. Everyone who comes to Florida is a transplant.
Oh, it's like LA and New York?
Yeah. It's like everybody from
I call
somewhere
myself
else.
a unicorn in LA when I say I was born and raised in
You're-
LA.
so you're-
I'm a unicorn.
What about?
Yep.
I was
And
raised in LA,
And
but I was born in Cleveland. But I lived there for 2 years.
That's quite a bit of difference. Cleveland to LA.
I don't remember Cleveland at all.
So you did the LeBron. You went from
You're from LA. You're from LA. We give it to
pretending
you.
I understand that reference.
We give it to you. Yeah, and I'm
I
born
did
and
good,
raised.
right?
So
Good acting, yeah?
yeah, Ashley and I are LA natives, and
Oh,
it's like
wow.
you meet people in LA and they don't believe you.
What part of LA? It's not obviously not like the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. You weren't born on.
I grew up in Hollywood, actually.
What?
I'm a Valley kid,
Melrose.
so all the Valley stuff. Yeah.
Melrose.
Oh, the only thing I know about the Valley is from Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell in the Valley? I
Well,
thought
no.
they were in the beach.
The rivals
is
was Valley.
Oh,
It was Valley
right.
High.
That's
They were
right.
But they were by the beach.
Yeah.
We kick Slater's ass.
So, do you find the stereotypical LA stuff to be not true, or do you guys do you hate it?
It's true of people who aren't from LA.
Yeah, and it ain't a stereotype if it's true, but then it's a real thing. So people come there and do and act in certain ways, and it's totally a thing.
Yeah,
like getting interrupted with a cell phone call while you're.
You can't help.
You're trying to do an interview.
You can't help it if you're important.
Didn't you tell your assistant to hold your calls?
That was totally a telemarketer too.
Should have answered it on the air.
You should have. And then you should have said, "Do you believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior?"
Do you need your blinds cleaned at the same time?
That's my favorite thing to do.
We're doing.
You just turn it on them.
I like to turn it on.
Yeah.
them.
I can tell,
don't. But
clearly.
does he clean carpets? I don't know if this guy you're talking about, but does he clean my carpets?
That's a good question. Yeah.
They should stack all the telemarketing up into the same call.
I didn't think it was a euphemism. I thought he was actually talking about cleaning carpets.
No,
but it could.
I did too.
That's usually the telemarketing call that I get.
Yikes. Jeez, Ryan.
So you're hanging out here at SuperCon celebrating Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Now Monster Squad was a universal monster story, but not necessarily universal monsters because of copyrights and stuff, right?
Well, the monsters themselves are public domain.
Just the names.
The artwork.
Oh, the artwork, okay.
And I think the creature from the Black Lagoon we couldn't use, right?
Yeah, that's a universal, property.
But
so the whole kind
and Dracula.
those are public domain stories. The imagery and how they built the monsters, like for Frankenstein and Creature from the Black Lagoon, which we called Gillman and Monster Squad, had to be tweaked a little bit because of copyrighted looks of things that Universal owned at the time, who did not produce the movie. So they were actually using those styles of monsters even at the theme parks at the time, so you couldn't really kind of copy those. So what I think happened with Monster Squad and the Stan Winston guys is they got to get creative and not copy something, they got to reinvent something.
Okay, that's...
And we have some really rad monsters that have now become so iconic in creature features in monster movies and with people that inspired to become filmmakers of that type, that they reference these monsters as some of the best.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, when you take something where you're like, well, this could go horribly wrong, but it ends up, becoming, going horribly right.
Yeah, a lot of people, one, it's a performance thing. They think Duncan Regeer is one of the best Draculas ever, which he's really badass and scary.
Sure scared me.
Yes. But ironically, the biggest change, I guess, in creatures was our Creature from the Black Lagoon. But that is heralded as one of the best creature molds and artwork ever done in Hollywood. And it's still referenced.
They agree.
To this.
They're
They
cheering.
do.
Yeah,
that has nothing to do with Shatner.
Or Henry Winkler. Stepping over a tiny shark.
Yeah, so it was great stuff, and it led to a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, so, but I guess now it's become a cult classic as opposed to an instant hit. But I think this day and age, you almost want that cult classic status, right? I mean, as opposed to being the flavor of the week.
Well, Ryan and I, when we're at these conventions and we talk with crowds or do a panel or we're doing interviews such as this, we always kind of reflect and be like, hey, we'd rather have a ton of fans around the world love something we did 30 years ago than be in the biggest movie that summer in '87 that no one remembers.
Right.
And a lot of people don't remember that stuff, right? So it's... I'm not sure. It might be like 1 over. I'm not sure. I don't work here, but I'm glad to help.
You never know what's going to happen here.
Do I look that authoritative? That I'm just...
That might be my favorite thing that's happened all day.
What happened?
Now, with the status that the movie has now, has there been talks of a sequel or anything, a reimagining, as what they like to call things nowadays?
They were remaking it, but it died.
Yeah, they were a number of years ago. A group of people that worked out and had the rights at the time wanted to reboot the Monster Squad. So they wanted to remake it. And everybody thought that was a terrible idea, including the fans mostly, and that ended up not happening.
Would you rather see a remake or would you rather see a sequel?
Sequel.
Definitely. I think that's if you care about a story, you don't reboot it. You continue that story on and be true to the original fans.
Absolutely. I saw an article pop up on the Twitter this past week, and it said the #1 most requested remake by fans is Back to the Future, and I was like, "Dear God, no!"
That would be terrifying.
That would Like, why would you?
That would break my
heart.
heart.
Would you? I don't even want it's my favorite movie of all time. I don't want a #4, and I certainly don't want a remake. Why are people trying to remake these things that are so good? Like, what? I mean,
first of all, make your own time travel movie.
There's a lot of them out there.
Don't just remake something that's good. And I've got 2 words for you: Total Recall. Yeah. Don't remake a movie that everybody enjoyed into something that half the people didn't enjoy. But actually, a lot of people love the new Total Recall, so I may be wrong.
They just wanted they just wanted to make a lady with 3 boobs again. That's really the only reason why people watch Total Recall.
Probably. I mean, the first one's terrible, but it's campy fun.
Oh, it's campy fun. I mean, everything in that age is campy fun, right?
I don't think I've ever seen those.
You've never seen
the original one? You got to say, okay, that's movie night. That's homework.
Yeah.
We got to go watch.
Spoilers, there's a lady with 3 boobs.
To admit that. I feel like I shouldn't admit that.
There is a lady with 3 boobs.
There is a lady. In times like this, makes me wish I had 3 hands. You're doing just fine with 2. That's the punchline.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah.
I don't think you could make that movie today.
I don't. Well, they did with Colin Farrell.
I think she was a lady of the nights, so to speak.
I mean,
a lady of the galaxy, because if she was an alien.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, where did we go? How did this happen?
Yeah,
I don't know.
We're off target.
Yeah, my mind.
My mind went. This intrusion over here got us totally
What
lost.
It's all messed up.
He'll be back in a minute. Watch.
I don't even know who he was talking about either.
I thought he was asking for James Franco.
I thought
he's here.
I thought he was saying Jonathan Frakes, but he was holding a picture of Jason, the guy from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yes.
Jason David Frank. So he got his Franks confused.
He got his Frankos
as
and
you
Franks.
do.
Which, as you would in Kentucky,
as you would.
You never know.
I said, oh, James Franco. He's checking badges at in the front hall.
He just had. He's on top of the world. He just did Disaster Artist. Disaster Artist was great. Did you guys see Disaster Artist?
I loved it.
You think it's better or worse than? I mean, that was, I guess, a retelling.
That's a weird question. It's like, how do you answer that one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you guys like The Room?
I mean, The Room is the best worst movie ever.
It's pretty
I might put some. Yeah, that's pretty awful.
But it's fantastically awful.
All right, so which leads me to a thing we like to do on the Milo Beasley Show called the Top 5, where I ask a random question.
Okay.
Based on this conversation in the last 2 minutes, the best bad movies. The best bad movies.
Yeah, but number 1 already.
Okay.
Go.
No, you go. Wait, we're
No, because I'm going to just hammer it when I say mine.
Okay.
Oh my God, I don't know if we're put on the spot now.
The best bad.
Yes. Like the campy B movies.
Let's say Plan 9.
Plan 9. Oh, from outer space, right?
I think that's maybe the best. Bad.
I mean, I feel like The Room is the best.
Okay,
worst
The
movie.
Room.
But that's so uncreative because we just talked about it. I'm gonna.
But it's a totally legit answer, right?
Yeah, it's a legit answer.
Starship Troopers.
Starship
But
Troopers.
that's not a bad movie. That's actually a good movie.
Shh! Don't give away the secret.
Is it a good movie?
Yes. If you actually analyze Starship Trooper,
It's
how
brilliant,
genius
actually.
it is.
It's brilliant.
You got to go deep dive at
It's a
Verhoeven type
satire.
thing. Yeah.
It's a dark satire, and it's
All right, I'll give it a.
Just like his other movie that everybody panned of the same era.
I'll give it another.
Showgirls is the best worst movie
Okay,
ever.
all right. You know what?
I thought you might say that, so I was going to lead up
Can
with
I tell
Starship
you that I went to go see Showgirls in the movie theater when I was 16 with my mom because it was NC-17, thinking it was actually about dancers. In Las Vegas.
Well, I mean,
and then being like, this movie's not what I thought it was going to be.
But then later you realize that whole movie's done on purpose as well. It's not a bad movie. So and Starship Troopers even deeper on that.
Yeah.
I only said I did like a 2-hour podcast analyzing Starship Troopers for 2 guys in Scotland last month.
Now you need
we went real
now
deep.
You need to go
we went very deep.
Next time is
Find
going
it.
2 hours on Showgirls.
Easily.
Done.
Before we wrap up, where can folks find you on the social medias?
Social media?
At Ashley Bank on both Twitter and Instagram.
All one word?
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm Ryan Lambert 111 on
Was
Instagram.
Ryan Lambert taken?
Lamplert was taken. Ryan Lambert 111.
I'm at Andre Gower on the Twitter and Andre Gower Official on the Instagram. I think that's right. Yeah.
Oh, why you're asking
And
me?
then if you want to follow other stuff,
Yes.
you can go to The Squad Doc, because there is now a documentary about the 30-year fandom of the Monster Squad.
All in on the doc.
And you can check that out. You can check it out tomorrow night here if you want.
Oh, you're doing a showing tomorrow?
Showing it tomorrow. But if you don't, follow at The Squad Doc. Follow more stuff with us and about the documentary and carry on the story.
Absolutely. Of course, you can follow me on all the socials at The Wrestling Bum. And anything else before we wrap up and go?
I'm missing scraps. Can I hold this?
Yes.
I was totally thinking, that's so perfect.
What's the bear's name?
His name is Mr. Bearsley.
Mr. Bearsley?
Mr. Bearsley? Yeah.
Mr. Bearsley in the hoodie.
Yeah. He was cold. He's cold.
Good night.
It was chilly.
Like we.
Bye.
Okay, how about this one? Top 5 celebrities you fangirled out at these conventions, like where you're like, oh my god, that's blah blah blah.
Oh, girls.
Well, no, just where like you like any celebrity that you.
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum. Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness.